What's your take on this whole fiasco with the Joshua Fury fight? You know, Eddie says that the fight, it's pretty much signed. It's on its fourth draft. And then you hear Bob Arum saying, we haven't heard from Eddie in a week. We don't even know if this fight's going to happen. Fury might fight Wilder. Like, give me your opinion on all of this.
Listen, man, my opinion, I keep telling everybody here in London, I'm like, listen, two things you have to understand. Deontay Wilder signed a 3-year deal with 3-fight deal with Tyson. That was his thing.
Yes.
The first fight happened, it was a draw. Second fight happened, he lost. The pandemic came in. Yeah, nobody realized it was gonna come in that fast and shut everything down.
Right.
You know, and then AJ had his fight with Pulev, defend his title, and then the whole hype started happening about the fight with him, AJ and Tyson Fury. But on the sidelines, don't forget that Tyson Fury's had a 3-fight deal with Wilder. So when people say, "Oh yeah, the fight's about to happen," it's not gonna happen because remember, he has to have a fight with Deontay Wilder before he does anything else. You know, but if I was Deontay Wilder, I'd be like, "Yeah, you wanna have the fight? Give me my 80 mil. You guys are gonna be engrossing 100 mil for each fight. So I'll just stand aside for a year and a half. Give me 80 mil to just stand on the side, and then after I fight the winner." But the fight's not gonna happen. Fight only happens when Tyson Fury fights Deontay Wilder again. Yeah.
Oh wow, you think so?
It's fair to say that Dereck Chisora did a better job reporting the heavyweight news, better than 99% of old media that actually report for a living. And I'm not kidding, because Dereck Chisora didn't just ignore arbitration as if that's child play. Dereck Chisora, in fact, broke it down with facts to why Tyson Fury is not going to be fighting Anthony Joshua next, due to Deontay Wilder rematch clause that Tyson Fury was obligated to give by law. Exactly what new media have been reporting for the past 8 months. I mean, you wouldn't believe the backlash and the hate I received for reporting the truth that was inevitable. Eventually, the truth will come out, proving us new media right every single time. Regardless of how big and powerful is the old media machine, their agenda is always made to flop because it's false and not true. Nevertheless, it still shocks me that old media went up against the inevitable by completely ignoring Deontay Wilder just to live a lie for a couple months, when they are previewed to the same information us new media are previous to. Furthermore, Dereck Chisora revealed some interesting news that the public have been really curious about, which is if Tyson Fury pursues breaching the contract and goes on with his plan of fighting Anthony Joshua without giving Deontay Wilder the trilogy he's bonded to by law, what will be the damages if Tyson Fury pursues breaching the rematch clause? Well, according to Dereck, Deontay Wilder asked for $80 million if Tyson Fury want to walk away from their trilogy. So yeah, Fury can fight Anthony Joshua. He just has to pay Deontay Wilder $80 million first, or get in the ring with him. So you tell me, according to all of these decafs, Deontay Wilder is a bum, he can't fight, he has zero skills. However, Tyson Fury is paying millions to the lawyers alone just for this case, not including the damages, which are $80 million. Therefore, if you in Tyson Fury's shoes, what would you do? Are you going to do what you're supposed to do? Fight Deontay Wilder in a trilogy and make $50 million plus, then fight Anthony Joshua twice? Or walk away from the Deontay Wilder trilogy and pay Wilder $80 million to step aside just to fight Anthony Joshua? You tell me. The fact that Tyson Fury have been out of the ring for more than a year and a half, paying millions of dollars, battling this case just to duck a third trilogy, a fair trilogy with Wilder, sounds like Tyson Fury has something to hide, especially when you combine that with the fact that Fury said Deontay Wilder is still the most dangerous heavyweight out there for me and everybody else. He knocks out all of the other heavyweights. I didn't say that. Fury said it. Fury said Deontay Wilder trilogy is more dangerous than an Anthony Joshua fight, which explains why Tyson Fury have been trying to do his best to escape a trilogy with Wilder, as if he's trying to escape death, since his cheating tactics have been exposed. There is no cheating next time around. Just like Tupac said, all eyes will be on Tyson Fury. Furthermore, just to make it clear, the 80 million have not yet been confirmed, and it won't be anytime soon since this is classified information. Therefore, we really don't know how accurate the information is. But the fact that Dereck Chisora casually brought up 80 million, that number didn't sound like it came from him. That sounded like a conversation he had with Anthony Joshua or his promoter Eddie Hearn behind closed door. So he does have the luxury of being previewed to inside classified information. Nevertheless, Dereck Chisora told too much if that was the case, which goes hand to hand with what Eddie Hearn told behind the gloves. Eddie Hearn said that Deontay Wilder, with this arbitration case, he's on for a money grab. At first, I didn't quite grasp why he said it, but now I do. But ironically, Eddie Hearn was in a similar situation Deontay Wilder was in with his fighter Anthony Joshua during the Andy Ruiz rematch, when Ruiz tried his best to pull out of the rematch. However, Eddie Hearn put his foot down and did not allow Andy Ruiz to pull out of the fight and pull off a Tyson Fury. However, he criticizes Deontay Wilder for doing the same thing Anthony Joshua did with Ruiz, which is super ironic for Eddie Hearn to say. If anything, Eddie Hearn should be questioning Tyson Fury for trying to duck Deontay Wilder in a trilogy when he's obligated to fight him, and entertaining the idea of doing whatever to pull out of the fight, until he got a reality check recently when the arbitrator judge told Bob and Tyson Fury the ultimate bad news. And we know that to be true because as soon as Bob left that meeting, he automatically informed the public he will bet money Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is not going to happen, as Tyson Fury most likely fight Deontay Wilder in a trilogy. What a quick turnaround coming from the same guy that stated in the past Wilder has no leg to stand on. So it seems like the arbitrator judge told Tyson Fury you have two options. Either you pay Deontay Wilder 80 million to step aside, or you fight Deontay Wilder for the third time like you were supposed to from the start. So Bob is correct. This have been a waste of time and money for Tyson Fury when it came to the arbitration. And even Tyson Fury's second promoter, Frank Warren, he wasn't so optimistic that Fury versus AJ was going to happen even after ESPN announced the fight on air. Like I talked about it in the past, which I'm gonna leave that video in the comment section below. Even David Hay was extremely negative about AJ versus Fury coming to fruition. However, old media and these decafs were so sure and positive Fury was going to successfully duck Deontay Wilder and fight Anthony Joshua. They even went against the inevitable. I mean, the audacity and how delusional they are is beyond belief. Therefore, I'm gonna leave you all with what Deontay Wilder had to say, in which he surprisingly hinted 8 months ago that Tyson Fury will nearly have to go broke and sell everything in his house in order to duck him, which is a foreshadowing to what's to come. Here is what Wilder had to say.
But if he is caught, he will have to pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he had to sell everything in his house. And payback is coming.
You need to be concerned because of where you're going in your career. Your manager should know about stuff like this and you really got to get I'm sorry to be a dick, but you got to get your manager on board with the entire thing. Because the entire camp, what kind of gloves he wears, like this is your manager's job to protect you. Like I'm supposed to protect you too, but what am I going to say to them? Hey guys, Tyson shouldn't have those gloves, it's unsafe. Barry, get the fuck out of camp.
Me too. I'll go home.
Yeah, but this.
I've done enough. Yeah,
Bro, not only these gloves beat up, you could like I can tell. No, I can tell.
They pushed
that
it to the
they've
front.
been beating these gloves up on a wall or something. No, you can see that from here.
I can't believe that. But I personally,
I'm shocked. This does shock me. Like it doesn't shock me.
Bro, I can't do
It
it.
shocks me. Man.
No, but I don't think those
No,
are
don't. Here, you make.
This is Tyson's shit, and these are his bag, his sparring gloves that we've been sparring with. As you can see, there's no fucking padding in here, and all the padding's in the back of his fucking glove. Look at that shit. I could touch my other side of my finger with this shit, and there's shit falling out from the middle of the glove. Does he know who the fuck I am? He must not know, does he? Does he? What? Oh, he does not know. Look at this shit, man. And then, hold on, these are the sparring gloves they told me they got from me. These thick ass, look at, hold on, let's see, watch the squeeze. Going nowhere. Going nowhere. Watch this shit. Get the fuck